We took you to court. We pushed you to court. And when you came to court, you surrender. So we have won. We have done the right thing for the baby Liam. We have done the right thing for Mohbad. Now we're waiting for the result. But do not be deceived. Do not be deceived. What we know is still playing out. Underground, under G agreement may have been reached. For Joe Biden to be saying they should not publish the results. But what I heard is that the court said it will be read in court. They will come and read it to us in court. So now, people, let's plan what is going on underground. Let's understudy these guys. Which hospital will the DNA be done? Not even hospital, which lab? How are they going to process it, the logistics of collecting the sample? How do we know when they collect the sample? How do we know what sample is collected? How do we know when they submit the sample? How do we know the integrity of the sample before it is delivered and when it is conducted? These are the things the public should begin to cry about now. The public need to begin to cry for transparency of the process because the agreement is shady at best. This agreement, all of a sudden, without a fight, you now agree to do the DNA. For us, it is suspicious based on the America Abuja factor. Based on the chairman Abuja factor, it is suspicious at best that they will play on the G on us. You remember you say father knack daughter. How do we know say father never knack daughter-in-law? Show me. Father knack daughter. Father knack. Gbogbo yẹn la ma gbé jáde. You know, people don't know. Did father knack daughter-in-law? Because this case is the most dysfunctional, which language? The most grossly publicized case in Nigeria. It is the epitome of dysfunctional family. This case represents everything disgusting in our society. So no stone should be left unturned. No box should be left unopened. We must open every box, investigate what is inside every box. You want to tell me Joe Biden and daughter-in-law were in good relations until Mohbad died? Then all of a sudden, this big war started between them. You can see pictures and videos of Afenifere lifestyle between the two of them, proud to the death of this boy. Then all of a sudden, you became the worst enemies in the world. No, me, I'm not the taker am lightly. We must investigate that box. Where una quarrel from start? Wetin dey between our relationship before? Wetin do you say if you talk dem go stone am? E don knack you? Una go ori oke go knack? All these things must be investigated. So back to the DNA factor. Make dem no come give us abracadabra for the results. We must cry out for transparency on this DNA that they have agreed. You know, kudos to all of us that have been crying for DNA. I'm happy that we have shamed the top movies, all those people, Olosho, president of the Oloshos, that say DNA should not be done. We don't have a right, but he doesn't have a right. Now, even she don't shame una because she don't agree. So all your crying, all your abusing African TV, all your abusing Supreme, all your abusing Paparano, una don carry una abuse. Elepe ti jekpe e. Elepe gbogbo yin te sepe e ti
African
jekpe.
African
Yes,
TV. Yeah, good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
Hey, Johnson. Kini kote fe nínú justice for Mohbad, please, can you tell us, please?
Don't come here and insult, oh.
I'm not insulting, serious. I'm not saying anything bad. No. I'm not saying.
Can you hold on? It's my turn to talk, please. It's not your turn.
Can you mute?
Please, I just want to ask.
No,
I just want to ask question. I'm going to tell you because I don't.
You can't ask him. It's my turn to talk, please. It's my turn. Supreme,
Why are you
good
guys
morning.
doing like this? Can you do your
Wait,
family
you
like
have to wait
this?
for your
Why
turn.
you
Oba
Wait for
your
your
biba.
turn. It's not your turn.
Oba your biba. You have to wait
ẹ
for
fi
your
family
turn.
yìí sílẹ̀
Let him
lọ́hùn kẹ
hear.
lọ wá ṣẹṣẹ kí ni problem yìí náà?
Orí
You
ẹ
wait
ò
for your
pé,
What
turn.
is
orí ẹ
your
ò pé.
problem? Ẹ dẹ̀
Ìwọ
fi wọ́n
gan
lẹ̀.
níṣẹ́ Àjọkẹ́ ṣé wọ́n níṣẹ́ ló wà bí? Èmi
Uh,
ṣí platform African TV ìwọ sọ fún African TV kó lọ wá ṣe ìwọ níṣẹ́ ló wà wá bí ló ń delegate Africa. You are a monitoring spirit monitoring African TV doing his own thing. Ìwọ níṣẹ́ obìnrin níbo ló wà? Ìlú wo ló wà? Aago mélòó nílùú tó wà? Ó yẹ kó máa gbóúnjẹ fún ọkọ kó máa gbóúnjẹ fún ọmọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́. You this nuisance. Wọ́n ní African TV
Supreme,
ṣé
you
o
guys are
níṣẹ́?
so
African TV sọ̀rọ̀ ìwọ ló lẹ́nu ọmọ
Supreme.
ìgbére ọ̀pẹ̀lẹ́ngẹ́.
Supreme.
Ó yẹ kó wálé kó máa gbóúnjẹ fáwọn ọmọ ẹ lọ sí school lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Why are you here? Idiot! Ẹ máa sọ ọ̀rọ̀ tẹ́ ń sọ ó wọ̀sì nínú ìgbésí ayé ti yín gangan. African TV is a man, he can be anywhere. Ó ní kó lọ wáṣẹ́. Bí kò wáṣẹ́ obìnrin á gbé sílé. Ìwọ ń kọ́, ó yẹ kó máa kó sóúnjẹ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ kó máa prepare breakfast wherever country you are. Kó bá lè jẹ́ pé China ni ó yẹ kó máa ṣe lunch lọ́wọ́ ni. Onírànù tó ń tẹ̀lé ọkùnrin káàkiri.
Supreme, calm down. Let me force you. You should have allowed that. Supreme, calm down. Oh, baby girl, calm down now. Baby girl, calm down. You see, you have. Ẹ bá jẹ́ kó ṣọ́ ara ẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ kó ṣọ́ ara ẹ̀ tán.
African TV jẹ́ kí Rotimi sọ̀rọ̀. Good morning, Mr. Rotimi. Good morning, everybody.
Go ahead.
Good morning, Madam Mary. Good
Ó
morning.
yẹ táàpù Àjọkẹ́ tap.
I am very sorry.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí Rotimi sọ̀rọ̀.
Tí bẹ̀rẹ̀ tó tap tó ṣe ẹ̀ máa mute ẹni kó yá tap. Òpònú that's what you are good for. Tap.
You
Bóyá mo ń gbọ́
know.
jàre sorry.
Good morning, man. Good morning, African TV. You see, what I came on because immediately you talked about that DNA issue is why I came on board to talk about it. And I love where you went to African TV. Now you are very strategic. You are focused. And it's glaring you are so focused. And I like that line of thought. The issue is this, and I was like looking at these people yesterday when they were jubilating. You see, when politicians want to deceive you, they play a game with you. After election is when the rigging will take place. Don't jubilate after election immediately. You have to be focused, you have to be alert, you need to know your strategy, put it in order. Now, this same person, the same lawyer who said that Wunmi will never do DNA to Baba at the police station, according to what we heard, is the same lawyer that is coming out today that say Wunmi has agreed to do DNA. I mean, let's pause a little and see where this is coming from. We are seeing something. Why are you dragging the case to this extent? Fine. Maybe they have seen like what you said, that they will lose at the end of the day, and it becomes an embarrassment because the court will compel them. They want to save their face from that shame. That is number one. Number two, I want us to also look inward to see what you're saying, that everything should be transparent. I don't believe anything coming from these people's camp, 100%. That DNA must be done more than 2, 3, 4, 5 places, not just one. Now, what they are trying to say is that the court will be the one to choose. The same court, the same government that we don't trust, will be the one to choose the hospital that DNA will be conducted. The answer is no. This is a public matter. You don't have to publish the result. No problem. We are watching you, but we want to see the process. We want to see how the DNA is being conducted, because this matter has been in the public domain for more than 1 year. So, for me, I don't trust them 100%. Madam Mary and African TV, I'm in the same line of thought with you this morning, that these people are playing game, and if you are not careful, they will play the game and take everybody unaware. They will bring the result out, which is their own result, is what they will lead out to the public. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Rotimi. It's always good to have people of open mind in a conversation, people that are open-minded. I really appreciate that. If allowed, I would like that lady to come back, because me, I thrive in all this sensation, in all this abuse. The more you abuse me, the richer I become. So please, madam, come and abuse me so I can take the destiny of you, your father, your generations to come. Come and abuse me. Every abuse is a blessing, because God knows I have done you no evil. You say go and get a job. Madam, me, I'm doing my job. Oh. If you don't know, let me tell you now. I'm an advocacy personality. I am a justice fighter. I am doing my job. I have the money. I have the time. I have the means. I have done this for 1 year and I'm still eating and feeding, and I'm even building more properties as I'm doing this. Madam, let's do it together. Make we see how long you go last. Buy a ticket to go and fight for justice. Make we see how long you go last. So me, I'm on my job. Oh. Now you dey make my job your headache. You dey take paracetamol for my own headache. You dey bring your reggae into my blues. You want to use your reggae to discombobulate my blues. Sori pé ayé ẹ ti ta. Tó o bá nìkan ṣe lọ máa dín àkàrà kó lọ máa ta lójú títì. Kọ́ńkà ẹ̀kún ọ̀tọ̀ ń ṣe nǹkan ládùúgbò. Me, I'm in my lane, I'm in my zone, I'm doing my thing. As I dey so, I don take my early morning mixed drink, I don chop correct rice and goat head, and I'm watching Arise News while I'm discussing this. Madam, wetin you dey do? Wetin you dey do? Go fry akara, because my money dey enter where e dey enter. Without Joban, without DNA, my money dey enter. Na God make am so. So I'm on my job. Now let's go back to the topic. The DNA factor, guys, should not be taken lightly. I think it was Supreme that told me something yesterday which really shook me. Whether they will be burying Mohbad very soon in the next 60-30 days is something that is coming up now, and maybe that is one of the reasons they have agreed to come to this compromise. They may have come to this compromise like, okay, you know what, do DNA and then you do burial, make all of us enter house. All of them don't make money. Joban don't become superstar. Wunmi herself don dey famous. So they have cashed out and they are ready to close the door on all of us, which is okay. It is okay, but we must get the justice that we started on. We must know what happened to Mohbad. And for those who still don't understand why they have agreed to do DNA, let me tell you, DNA is one of the Pandora boxes that we need to investigate on this matter. When DNA result comes out, if no ojoro, we will know that, okay, maybe the death of Mohbad was not related to paternity, that it was not related to paternity fraud. For those of you who don't understand the story, Prime Boy said Mohbad had issues about paternity. Somebody said Mohbad said he wanted to throw the baby in the river. Baba Mohbad said Wunmi was always doping Mohbad and would go out and fornicate. So if your head never reset, not one, not two, not three, almost 4 circumstances where paternity fraud or what you call adultery may have occurred. So, and paternity issue can lead to death, can lead to murder. So what we have been asking for is not strange, is not unheard of before. So for those of you that you still have your head in the gutter, please calm down. Your queen bee has agreed to do the DNA. Why you see they come up, they shout? Why you see they shout? Your queen bee. has agreed to do DNA. Wetin why you still dey carry paracetamol for her own headache? You need all of you from Osha to all these people that said even Karimot, all of you that abused us when we were asking for DNA, all of you should begin to send us letter of congratulation. You should begin to send us apologies, otherwise Epe Geasi go catch you now. Epe Geasi dey o is real o. Lagata mama don die inside this matter o. Lagata you sef, you need to send us letter of congratulation o, because I hear say you dey happy say they don gree for DNA. So all of you wey don use una mouth abuse una papa, all of una wey don say go and do your own child DNA, na your pikin, all of una, we are demanding the apology from you now,
But Africa,
so that we can pray
what,
for
what is
you.
the problem now? Now that she has agreed, what is the problem now? What's the problem?
Sorry, who's talking? What are you saying?
What is the
Madam,
problem
what are
now?
you saying?
She has agreed.
My problem
Yes.
is you.
Lady, you have to calm down.
Wait, let me
and
answer
be
her. Let me
logical.
answer her.
I know you, and I know you are very reasonable, and you are a frequent flyer here, but let's dialogue, not insult.
Yeah, let's dialogue. First lady, my problem is you asking me what is the problem. So let's solve that your problem first. Why are you asking me what is the problem?
You were the one that placed a bounty of 10,000 euros.
10 million. 10 million.
Agreed to do a DNA, but she declined you.
Yes.
Because you have to have the right. Now she willingly agree on her own, just for her child, and not for anybody. What is the problem now?
Madam, okay, let me tell you your problem, because I don't have a problem. Let me tell you your problem.
I said, what
Since
is
you
the
don't
problem now?
understand.
Not your problem. Do not insult me. I didn't insult you, sir. I didn't insult you, sir.
Oh, okay. What is the problem? Okay, thank you. Thank you for that correction. There is really no problem, only the way forward. Maybe you thought you saw it as a problem. We are not saying there is a problem, but we are being proactive, demanding that the process of the DNA be made transparent. We are asking that for her to suddenly agree after 1 year, and all the people that have abused those of us. No, let's be frank. I don't know if you were one of them, but for those who have openly insulted all the DNA seekers, those people need to come back and say, we apologize Oba Atokpeye Kabiyesi Ajuba you guys were right. You see, you give to Caesar what is Caesar. You must learn to give to Caesar what is Caesar. In the issue of DNA, those who have asked for DNA have been justified, and those who have refused, insulted, berated on DNA should come back and say apologies. That way we know that you're being fair in your speeches and your opinion. So for every one of you that have typed only 419, go and buy your own pikin, go and do your own pikin DNA, we are demanding apology. That is the first way forward. So it is not a problem. The next way forward, madam, knowing what we know now, that people will deliberately come up with lies, people will manipulate, we are now demanding that the process of the DNA should be made as transparent as possible. For me, I will recommend that it be done on camera. I'm advising the court to make sure that the day they collect the sample, camera, CNN, Arise, BBC, African TV, KYC TV, all the radio should be there to see what sample that are being collected. Then the same media should broadcast how they package the sample to the testing center, and the testing center should show us where and how they are doing it. Let me tell you why. This process will educate Nigerians about DNA a lot. This process will change the mind of our Olosho sisters, so that they won't be giving men bastardized children.
As African TV, sir, you lived most of your life.
Yes, ma'am.
You lived most of your life in Europe.
You
and know DNA is a private family issue. Where have you seen when they do DNA on a live camera?
Okay, thank you. Very good. See, I love this type of intelligent question. I give you credit for that. Now, madam, this is the answer to that. They say when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. They say experience is the best teacher. Yes, we have not seen it on camera because we have not experienced this type of situation where for 1 year evasion of DNA, for 1 year investigation of the murder suspects, for 1 year people are covering and threatening all sorts of things. So there is always a first time for a good thing. They say what they call it, innovation is the mother of you don't make me the jam English this morning now, but the bottom line here, madam, is this situation is presidential, it is new, and we must follow it with all due diligence.
It still remains a private family issue. Instead of Baba said he doesn't want the result to come out in public, and we said no, you brought it to social media, the result must be released in public.
God bless you. God bless you. I love you. First lady. First lady, I love you. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why that statement. I'm waiting for you to speak. Complete your statement, my dear. First lady, complete your statement.
Right from when the issue of DNA comes up, Wunmi did not say she will do DNA. He said Baba asked DNA through the legal route by his lawyer sending letters to Wunmi's lawyer. So she wants the court to decide. She wants due process. She wants it legal through the court route, and that's what she gets, and that's what she wants. She wants it to be strictly managed by the court. So I don't understand the point why you come and you are calling her out. You should come
thank you.
You should do this. I don't get this.
Thank you.
Africa, please. Let me respond just a little. I'm sorry, sir. Can you please?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
First lady. Good morning. You see, the truth is this, and thank you for this observation. The truth is that we see this whole thing to be suspicious. Let me take it from where you stopped. If Wunmi is agreeing now why the case is in court, that she wants to do the DNA, the same Wunmi went to court that Baba should take it to court to go through the legal route. Why don't you wait the court to even first compel you that you go and do the DNA? Then you can decide not to appeal. But if you are now coming up at this stage when you're already in court to say you have agreed to do the DNA, we're expecting the court to pronounce, because this is your fight. And that is why we see this leg to be suspicious.
You and I know that the court can let compare her.
Firstly,
I know that the court cannot give the order or compare her. You and I know that.
Okay.
No. First lady, no,
compare her.
What do you think the court can actually compare? What they decided to do is what is it called? Alternative dispute resolution.
First lady, Iron lady, let me just be with her for a little while.
Okay, go ahead.
Do you know what you just said now?
Rotimi, God bless.
You are ridiculing the court.
Rotimi,
thank you.
God bless you.
Compare her on what ground?
You are wait, first lady. You just ridicule.
First lady, wait now. Dialogue. Wait.
First lady, hold on. First lady.
Rotimi,
yes, comrade.
Rotimi, God bless you. If you see comment section and you read my comment, what you are saying is exactly what I was dragging on the comment section. Why can't they wait for the injunction? And I was saying the lawyer that stood for Baba in the court was not a smart lawyer. We need to know who was that lawyer. He wasn't a smart lawyer. And why are they not waiting for the injunction, the ruling? Rotimi, this is an open ticket.
I mean,
that is not defined. It's not defined. have their
But
decision.
let me see if I can come in 1 second there. Just
Okay.
a statement. But you know, during court proceedings, I think there's always a leeway or liberty for an alternative dispute resolution, and I think that is what was applied in this case, and it is always part of the ruling, especially in civil cases and in DNA cases. It's always all the time, even if it is a day before judgment. I think there's always room and liberty for ADR. And I think that is what came to play here. Now, the reason why they seek ADR at this point, I don't, I mean, Wumi and Baba, I don't know. Maybe there's something going on underground, but between them, between the application and the court, at all the time, I'm not talking about criminal cases now, but in most civil cases, there's always room for ADR. Always. So me and my husband, we go to court, we are fighting. Me and my husband, we go to court, we are fighting. And after we've been there for a year or two, we decide, oh, we would like to go and settle out of court. We will be allowed. So court ò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú ẹ̀.
Supreme, is this a out of court settlement?
Yes.
I agree with you, ma. I agree with you, ma. But I still maintain that right from the onset, Wumi said DNA is a must. It was when Baba started granting interview from one platform to another, blabbing about the DNA, talking about the DNA, and the guy said, "You know what? Go and get a court order. You have no right. You are not my husband."
What I'm trying to just say is that Team Baba, don't take your eyes off the ball. Oh, Wunmi ti gbà láti ṣe DNA. Don't take your eyes off the ball. Be at alert, because you want to know who sample, what sample they are going to use. So don't take your eyes off the ball.
It's not a problem. All of now one may not buy that small girl. She didn't do it. It was a problem. She really
First lady, you are being
Wait,
emotional.
let me talk to First Lady. Rotimi, wait.
Because
Let
you're
me talk to
very
First
quiet
Lady.
here and you are very
Supreme,
respectful. So don't
Supreme,
be
leave First Lady alone. No, I beg. Mona, leave her. Leave her. She's in the. She's. Leave. Escapade. You want to talk? I want to address First Lady. First Lady, look, where we are now in the situation. First Lady, we are in the issue of being transparent, getting the correct DNA. We don't want any result that will come back that will set us back or set us on fire. We need transparency, and you should be working with us on this part.
Yeah,
No, but look, we have won.
I'm working with the court. I'm not working with you, with the court.
My dear, we are the court. Let me tell you, if you don't know it, we represent the court represents us. Anything the court is doing it for the people, for the sake of the people. It is the government of the people, by the people, for the people. So we are the court, you are the court. So we want to make sure that we, the court, we, the people, get a fair, honest, transparent result.
And nobody
That's
can
what this is about now.
Nobody can influence the court. Nobody can influence the court.
My dear, no, this is not, you see, when you use influence, it comes across negative. There is nothing wrong when you see somebody crossing the road and there is a red light and you tell the person, watch the red light before you cross. That is all we are doing. Watch the red light. That's all we are doing.
Are the results.
First lady, let me try to expatiate a little on our thoughts. If let's assume now that the result comes out to be negative,
Positive.
after which I'm coming, I'm assuming. Just calm down. Yes, well, just calm down.
Not by my voice, though. I'm just tuning my voice. I'm coughing.
Okay. Let's say the result comes out to be negative. You and Wumi's camp will still might come out to say no, they were not transparent. Why don't they do it to be transparent? It's the same thing Baba's camp is trying to do, or the public is saying make it transparent so that we won't go back again or back and forth about the issue. Let every camp be settled. Okay, they've done the DNA, everybody, this is the people that witnessed the DNA. Call witnesses, like what African TV said, you might not even make it open, but let every camp donate 1 or 2 persons to witness the procedures. It's simple.
But you know that even if they want to manipulate it, if you witness it, if they want to tamper with the result, if the parties will be there, with the parties be there, they want to tamper the results. It's one thing for the two parties to witness the process, like taking the samples and all that. If they still want to manipulate it, will the parties be there?
Yeah, that's the same thing we are saying now. It's still the same party that will still supervise the procedure, because now if you appoint, for instance, we appoint you from Wumi's camp, we appoint African TV from the public, and we pick Madam Mary's from Baba's camp. At the end of the day, right, we are going to ask African TV, did you follow the procedure? So they won't be coming to tomorrow to ask that, okay, we appointed somebody. If the person you appoint to oversee collected bribe along the line and he deceived the other camp, that is his own problem. But you trust someone, and it's okay, I want this person to be my eye. He has to witness the procedure from the beginning to the end. And the sample that are collected, you can still give it to me, my own camp, to go and conduct a private one, so that we can compare results at the end of the day. That is what we are saying. We are not even need to quarrel. If she has agreed to do DNA, it's a good one for the case. It's a good one for justice for Mohbad. It's a good one for even Mohbad's property. So know that, okay, the property is going to the right hand. We already been know that, okay, Liam is Mohbad's son, or it's not Mohbad's son. Then we look away from that angle. You see why we don't need to quarrel over all this. If these two family or the family have come together to say, okay, we want to do the DNA, let's look at them. But what we are saying is that we are seeing the leg that is being suspicious in this place. And for us, hold on there, don't interject me yet. First lady, just hold on, I'm sorry. Now, what we are saying is that at the end of the day, if we are suspecting that, okay, why are you coming up at this stage to say you want to do DNA? You're already in court. Why don't you wait for court pronouncement? Why the hurry? Why don't you say, okay, court pronounced, I don't need to appeal, I will just go and do it. You say Baba should go to court. You want the court to supervise the process. Fine. You know Lagos State government, you were calling, your sister was calling Lagos State wife the other time, that governor wife, that he should come and help you. You can tell this woman to supervise the process. You want to do this DNA. You can call people you know in power. I don't want them to change my results. I want them to supervise me. See, transparency is transparency, no matter how you want to look at it. But when you took this long for you to come up today and to say, I want to do the DNA, when you're already in court. So what you are saying now is that it's not court that want to supervise. If you say Wunmi has agreed, if Wunmi is asking court to say, okay, I want to do the DNA in court, not that you settle out of court. You know, once you settle out of court will take the hands off the case. I'm coming. First lady, if you are taking the hands out of, no, that's not what. They had
an outside meeting or a family meeting. It was said in court.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you are taking case out of court, court will not supervise the procedure any longer. You have to know that. If you are saying you are withdrawing out of court, his court hand will be off the case. So we expect her to say court. Her prayer should be the court to supervise the procedure of the DNA to be done. Not that you want to say out of court. So if you accept,
maybe you didn't get the full information.
That's not what the lawyer said. You are not the only one that listened to that audio. That's not what he said. Wunmi has agreed, not that Wunmi has asked court to supervise the process of conducting DNA. She has agreed.
Of the court.
Rotimi and First Lady. The video from the lawyer of Wunmi, the lawyer made all the references that they are waiting for the judge, the court, to tell them when and where, and the lawyers will have no hand in it. It will be the court that is managing or that will be giving them directives. So what I take from that is they are now waiting for the court to tell them where, when, and how. That's, if you summarize what the lawyer said, that's the bottom line. They are waiting for the court instruction. So maybe the court will arrange which hospital, what lab, and tell them when to bring the samples. So that's fine. But what we are saying now, actually, let me ask you, First Lady, a question. I'm going to ask you two questions, so nobody interrupt. First Lady,
Yes,
do you
sir.
believe that the baby? Do you believe that the baby belongs to Mohbad? Yes or no?
100%, yes, 100%.
Thank you. You've answered yes. Now, based on your belief, if they do this DNA without transparency and they come back and they say the baby does not belong to Mohbad, now you believe the baby belongs to Mohbad, but they do it in a way that the public is not aware, and they come back to you and say, that baby no be Mohbad, oh no, how would you feel?
As long as the court is going to monitor it, it's going to be 100% accurate. I have no doubt.
Mama, listen, stop. Don't play politics here. Please.
Can I speak
ask you
quickly?
a question.
Can I speak
No,
quickly?
hold on, please. Let her answer me, escapade. Hold on, please. Mama, you just told me you believe the baby belongs to Mohbad, and I respect your belief. Now, I'm saying for the interest of your belief, for the interest of people that believe like you, if they do this in any way other than transparent, and they come back with a result that tells you the baby is not for Mohbad, how would you feel?
Then they will need to do between Liam and the mom. Maybe the baby was
Okay,
at the hospital.
thank you. Now, before I go back to escapade, the reason we don't want what you're saying, they have to go back to Liam and this and that and continue to drag. That is why we are demanding a very fortified, transparent procedure so that we don't continue this for another 4 years. You see, you just said then they'll have to do another one. We don't want another one. We want one shot, one kill. The truth, the honesty, transparent. That's what we're speaking about this morning. So thank you, Escapade. Good morning, my brother. Long time.
Good morning, good morning. It's been a while. Yes, thank you so much.
Yes,
I
you
mean,
disappeared from my radar.
I've been listening and now I can speak. So, going back to the beginning, where I don't know if it was you or Rotimi that said that, okay, why would Wunmi accept to do DNA now? Why didn't she wait for the court processes to sort of go along and then the judgment is made? One, Wunmi never said she's not doing DNA, right? Baba's lawyer wrote Wunmi's lawyer asking for DNA, and Wunmi's lawyer responded saying, okay, go and get a court order, which is the normal procedure, right? So they got to court, and then in a civil case, there's always what ADR, what my own lady said earlier. They will give you room for mediation. Both of you go and discuss. This is why you hear many of these civil cases, they settled out of court, they settled out of court. So they gave them this mediation window. Okay, go and discuss, agree on Monday. I think it took some time, but then yesterday they agreed that okay, Wunmi agreed to do it. The judge will supervise, the court will supervise it, and then they'll take it from there. So you or the people now saying, why is Wunmi now accepting? She never said she wasn't. And then again, if you are going to court, what is the end point of you? What is the end goal of you going to court? To get a judgment, right? So what would be different from the judgment and what you have now? Then why is everyone fixated on Wunmi? Why are you not asking the question that why did Baba agree? Because they both have to agree in that mediation for them to take that route. If Baba said no, I want a judgment, then they would have to go to court. They would have to go through the process. So Baba also agreeing to the terms of Wunmi. Is Baba also conceding to what you people are accusing Wunmi of? Why is Baba not saying no, I don't agree? That means maybe Baba also saw that, it's been advised that this thing you might not get a judgment for it. Okay, let's go through what she wants. Let's ask, because she gave her terms and Baba is agreeing to it. So rather than hold on to Wunmi, who had said she was going to do DNA all along, but she wanted it to be through the court, why not hold on to Baba and say, Baba, you took the matter to court. You've been going to court since. Why did you suddenly accept what Wunmi is asking for? Why didn't you accept since? Why did you go to court?
Escape.
You get?
Can I answer you very quickly on that?
go on quickly so that I can quickly finish.
That's a very good
Now,
logic reasoning.
let me quickly answer him. Escapade. Yeah, I think this is the first of kind of this case in Nigeria. I want to believe that. We
What?
have not, we
Yes,
have
yes,
not,
yes. Yes, yes.
we
So
have
it
not
has never
had,
happened.
it has never
Yeah,
happened
yeah.
where
Yeah, where
the
the
partner requests
grandfather.
for DNA
Yes.
and it is dragged to
Yeah.
court for this long. Now, if Baba is the one that asks for DNA, right? In a improper way or proper way, family way, and Wunmi said no, go to court and get court order, and the same person now comes out to say, okay, I've agreed to do it. Baba don't need to drag to court any longer. What Baba need is DNA to be conducted. In the first place, Wunmi was the one that said no.
Mr. Rotimi, wait, let
Hold
me
on
finish.
now,
Let
I'm
me, you
responding to
interjected
you.
me. Wait, let me
I am
finish.
responding. You ask a question.
I
Because
did not
she wanted-
ask. Let me
because
finish my
she
thought. Let me
wanted to
finish
do
my
it
Can you
under
thought.
guys
supervision.
just do it
She
in
wanted
order?
to
Let's
do
do
it
it.
with
Let
Let's
me
do it
finish.
supervision.
Hold on, Tolani.
Let me
Let's
finish
do
my
it turn
thought,
by
please.
turn.
I didn't ask a question.
Let Escapade finish without any interjection.
Thank you.
We should do it in the right order. Thank you.
So yeah. So what I'm saying is, somebody went to court, like African TV said earlier. Baba took the matter to court. You went to court to ask for something, and now you are accepting the person that you carry to court. You are accepting their own terms. You say, okay, we'll do it. Blah blah blah. Why would you blame me that you are taking to court? It is you that took the matter to court that didn't follow it through to get what you want or to make a judgment. That should be the problem. It is not me. That's what I'm trying to say there. So then the other case of you want it on TV, you want it televised, you want everybody to see that cannot happen because it is a civil case. It is the paternity they want to decide is not for the paternity of Nigerians or for TikTokers or for people that are on Baba's side. The paternity is to determine is Mohbad the father of Liam. It is a family issue. It is a civil case. And I think this thing, we're overreaching all the time because on this matter, there's always this, at this point where somebody or people will now start overreaching. I remember when they took that matter, thank you, Gift. I remember when they saying that they took the DNA to the US. I remember launching the US saying that they should have allowed Baba to fly in witnesses to go to the lab to monitor the thing, blah blah blah. But when Baba did his DNA, he went to do his own autopsy. Who did they carry along? Who did they show? Did they show us on TV? Why is it that you take sides? Why would you want to see somebody's DNA processes on the TV?
God bless you.
I don't understand how we go this route to say, oh, this case.
Escapade, good morning. And
Good morning.
you know, the court didn't want to grant it, yes, at all. And then what did the judge
Tolani,
actually
Tolani, you need to take your turn. You can't just interject. No.
Let me speak.
We did not come here to sell
And then
Guguru.
what-
You can't just jump in the way you like.
the judge did yesterday.
Let me 1 minute, I'll finish now. So, I mean, all of these things, if you want to analyze stuff, let's at least be in the middle. Let's be fair. Let's not focus on one side and say, because you don't trust the court, you want all the judgment that people go to court to get. The court decides it. And in this case, the court will decide, okay, this is where you'd go and do the DNA. I'm guessing there'll be like maybe 3 places. And this issue that you want to know whose specimen they take. Who would be at a disadvantage? If they take any specimen other than Mohbad's specimen, Wunmi is at a disadvantage, 100%. So she will be the one making sure that, it's with Mohbad's DNA that they take, and they take Liam's DNA. If they go and take anybody else's DNA, she will never get it. So Baba on his own side doesn't even need to worry as much. It is Wunmi that should be worrying that I want to be sure it is Liam's Mohbad DNA that the specimen that they take, because that is the only specimen that can give her the result that she hopes to get. Any other thing can give Baba anything. Any other specimen, anything can give Baba what he wants. Or what, no, let me not say what he wants, because I wouldn't say, he desperately wants the child not to be Mohbad. But it would be at Baba's disadvantage if any other specimen is taken. So all this TV and everybody doing. I don't understand why we don't want to trust the process and just let it go. Let it flow. Let things that DNAs have been done before. DNAs have been ordered by the court before. Let them go through the normal process. If 3 labs come back with a result and it's all the same, why do we need people to be at the lab monitoring who puts what in what container, who puts who? It's too much. Thank you.
And
Good morning, everyone. I will use my position to speak before you, Tolani. I will use my position to speak before you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Ex-Carpet. First Lady, thank you for gracing sort of this platform this morning with needful sort of like argument. Now, my take on this matter is quite simple. So we have a situation. We have the inquest. We have the CTC. The magistrate was clever enough to ensure that the DNA aspect of it, which has nothing to do with the case as far as the inquest is concerned, because there's no investigation or any form of criminality that actually require a DNA test as far as the inquest is concerned. That within the process, they actually thought it's a family matter. It's gone to a family court. Now, so whatever narrative that is outside there that we propagate and we champion, depending on the side of the camp we are, what Wumi said and what Wumi did not say, what Baba said, what Baba did not say, let's negate every single aspect of it and actually focus on the fact that Wumi said, if you want this DNA, you need to go through the proper route. And then Baba decided, okay, I'm going to go to court. They said, take it to a family court. Okay, that was agreed. Now, one thing we need to focus on is actually that if the case itself goes to court, the court itself may have conditions in which the Wumi camp or Wumi family believe that they probably don't want to be part of. And there is always a condition for a solution where both parties can come together and withdraw the case out of court so that it doesn't bring about court ruling. What we need to focus on at this point in time is that they are still family. These two families that are fighting themselves in court today agreed to bury Mohbad before the public's outcry that actually led to the exhumation. They may still be friends in the background. Now, put it this way, they can agree on conditions based on the fact that they don't want the court to rule, and then when they doing their resolution, they would have agreed terms and conditions based on what they want to do. Now, because it is now between them and their lawyers, they should then go and do the DNA. But the thing is that because the whole process has been dragged for so long, there may be measures of what we don't know that the conclusion may be if these two parties agree not to reveal the, let's say, the outcome of this in public. I don't think it is necessary for it to be administered. And I think that if there is anything within the process and anyone believes there is a foul play or any form of wrongdoing, then yes, they can bring it out. But we need to allow the system that is actually engineered this to come to play today. And yes, we are human beings, the public, and yeah, we have opinions and we can say what we like in public. But if we believe in that judicial process, when Wumi said go and take it to the court and is now come to play, I don't think advocacy for it to be open is anything to do with the outcome of it. But one thing we don't want is for them to engineer a process in the background and agree on terms and come and lie to the public as to the outcome. Now, you see, the thing is the court and the process and the lawyers eventually will come out and actually enlighten us about the process in which this is going to take and how the outcome of it will be delivered to the public. So I think us fighting ourselves, or sort of like using our platforms as an adjudication process, as a sort of public court, as a kangaroo court, is just going to distort everybody's mind, everybody's mental health. Let's debate this thing in a very healthy way to understand that the inquest is there for something, And this particular DNA process is a family matter. The outcome of it will still bring about how they're going to sort of like deal with Mohbad's estate, how they're going to deal with Mohbad's royalty going forward. And at the end of the day, a child is involved that needs to be protected. And whatever the outcome may be, it is no point us speculating to say he has bow leg. It doesn't look like this. It doesn't look like that. We have now come to that juncture where we all have to be sensible. We just have to be patient and allow the judicial process to take its course. Thank you.
Very well. Let me make one or two announcements. Team Wumi, you come to my platform, you see your team member on the panel, you start gifting without gifting the host. If I catch you, I'll block you. I'm not saying don't give your people, but if you gift your people, you must gift the host too. Otherwise, you carry your gift to when you see them on your platform. If I catch you, I'll block you. Number one. Somebody very clear, just gift that escape. If you don't gift the host, if I catch you, I'll block you. That's number one. Number two is I've forgotten number two. I will remember and we shall continue. All right, let's move on.
Number two is the same as number one. Number two is the same as number one. Gift the host.
Number two is the same as number one. Let's keep the forum.
Give the host.
Let's keep the forum very interactive. DNA. Let's talk about it. To me, I think it's a win-win for everybody. I will give my own opinion and my own predicted results and the result I want. I will tell you guys later. Something that will give me so much joy. African TV, there was a question a while back in the comment section for you. Will you still give the 10 million if the DNA is done or the bounty is off the table? The person asked that African TV. So that's a question for you. Maybe you want to take your time to think about
it. Repeat. No. Repeat the question again, please.
This question is not from me. It was in the comment section. The individual wants to find out African TV, is the 10 million still on the table or off the table? Will you still give me the 10 million or is that off the table?
Thank you very much. I'm glad you brought this up. The answer is in the video that announced the 10 million. The answer is in that video. Now, a week ago, I said we will up the money, we will raise it to 30 million. I think it was Top Movie and I engaging on Paprano or somewhere. Now, I'm a man of my word, but transparency is the order of the day. And right now, I'm going to find out how I can involve myself, if possible, if allowed by the court, to be part of the process to make sure that when we're giving 10 or 30 million away, we're not being duped. We have to be sure that the process is correct and accurate. Because the video that announced the 10 million says, do the DNA with African TV. I even went as far as making arrangements overseas for corporate Oyibo companies that were waiting to do the DNA. So if they deem it fit to include African TV in the process, 100% that money is increased to 30 million that we will raise to support the child. So I hope I've answered this person clearly enough. I would like to be part of the process because I have a stake in it. I have a stake in it. Don't come and tell me it's a family affair. It's a public affair. For all those of you who are saying family, it's a public affair. When you make it.
Well, if I understand you very well, you only give 10 or 30 million you are involved in the process. That means you are not to believe what the results will come out from the process. You have to be involved. Now, that's number one.
You know what? I wanted to respond to First Lady and Escape.
The main question is then, have you submitted documentation to the court? Let them know that you are planning to give 30 million, but you want to be involved. If the court can ask the participants or if court can ask me, okay, I don't know. Maybe if you make your intention known to the court, have you made your intentions known to the court? Hello, are you there?
I think his network is down. Madam Mary.
Anyway, he will probably
question him up. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, but your network is fluctuating.
Hello,
but go ahead.
Can you? Wait. I'm moving outside. Hold on. I'm moving outside. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me? I hope it's better here. Can you hear me?
Very much so. Yes.
Yeah,
can you hear me
very
now?
much Supreme.
Yes.
Okay, I had to come outside the building. Now, this is okay. So this is the response. You know, this news just came out yesterday. So we will now approach our lawyers to see what we are legally allowed to do, because we have a stake. African TV has a stake now in this matter. So I wouldn't want them to come and give me an Ojoro result. So to protect the interest of the public and those that are fighting for DNA to be done, I will call the lawyer this afternoon to advise them be able to accommodate the interest of the public from this angle. So, and I think it's also a good way for whoever was talking earlier that they should appoint maybe 1 or 2 people from different sectors, you know, to appoint 1 or 2 people from different sectors to witness the process. So African TV would volunteer to be one of the people to witness the process to make sure that the public is getting an accurate result. So thank you for the question. I will call my lawyer. Ṣé ìnílẹ̀ yìí wá fẹ́ máa kọ́ lóyún ni tí mo bọ́ síta? Construction in my neighborhood, I'm sorry.
Okay, that is a very good
African television.
So
Am I allowed to?
Take actions.
Am I allowed to respond to that, Supreme? Am I allowed to respond to that?
Please go ahead.
Right. Let's be sort of like informed and let's not mislead the public, right? The inquest and the cause of that process to identify the cause of death is a different situation from a case that is gone to the family court. And I do not believe that, although the matter is actually gained public interest big time, but that doesn't actually bring about the public getting involved in the family situation. So if it's gone to a family court, we should allow the judicial process to take its course. And all we need to do is to be patient. And if we have an issue with that as members of the public, and we think there is a reason for us to develop any interest and the court allows it, let's deal with it then. But let's not sort of like put in motions in place to make the public believe that we can jump in there, stick our head into matters that doesn't belong to us, and start engineering lawyers from a public perspective. You know, we've waited this long. 1 year is gone. 13 months is gone into it. Let's be patient and let's really be reasonable and stop misleading the public. Thank you.
You get to your perspective. You took this conversation to a different level. We are not talking about the inquest or the criminal case. African TV is still staying on the DNA issue. Remember, I understand that you might not understand. Well, let me continue what I'm saying. Remember that at the initial stage, African TV offered 10 million if Wumi come forward for the DNA and do the DNA. The question that came up this morning was, now that Wumi is doing the DNA, Is she still entitled to the 10 million? And then African TV said, in fact, he has increased the money to 30 million, but he wants to be part of the process. So he will know that the process was not corrupt, which I think.
Wumi.
Hold on, sir. Let me finish. Which I think he is entitled to, and there's really nothing wrong in that. If I want to give you 30 million, I can say at a low court, I promise to give 30 million to this person, but I want to be involved. It's okay. The court can deny him. Then he can say, hey, I've been denied to be part of it. Therefore, I cannot give the 30 million. Or I have been granted and they've discussed with Wumi. Wumi said, okay, fine, no problem. He can be, because they will definitely have to discuss it with Wumi. To me, it's not a big deal. If he has to go through it, it's fine. Let him do what he has to do. Let him speak to his lawyer. If they say, no, you cannot, or if they say, hey, you can write an application, make your intention known. If it's granted, fine. If it's not granted, fine. There's no fear in going to the courts. If it's granted, it's fine. If it's not granted, it's fine. And if it's granted and Wumi wins 30 million, fine. Now, if it's granted and African TV is involved and he doesn't give and he refuses to give the 30 million, then we will sue him. Wumi can actually sue him and have the legal grounds to sue him, and we will drag him. So it's sometimes people go to court for stupid things. Stupid things. Will they win? It's another thing. So it's okay. There's nothing spoiled. Nothing is affected either or. Nothing. People should not be, when they hear I'm going to call my lawyer, go to court, they start thinking it's a big deal. It's never a big deal. Wumi can say, Kilo come back, God punish him and punish his 30 million. I don't want him involved in the case. I mean, the judge will probably take a smile when he sees the petition or whatever, the request or the application. Make it well, whatever. He has said it so many times in the public. So his process of achieving that is to do that is fine. To me, it's fine.
Okay, so Wumi, let me just drop this to kind of finish the conversation that we're having now. The situation, if you look at the process, Wumi is an entity, an individual who definitely have our own lawyers. And we need to understand that they are more intelligent than we give them credit for. Wumi is not interested in African television's money as far as DNA is concerned, because it's of no concern of the public or African television. It is clear that our judicial process is now declared and referred the case to a family court. And if it's followed that course, that is where it is going to remain. And if African television wants to do what it wants to do, you see, the thing is, money is not everything. Money cannot entice people. And remember, when someone is being bullied, at that point in time, Wumi was being bullied by the entire public, by the process. Everybody wants her to do DNA. Do DNA for you for what? Because there is no measure of criminality that associates anyone buying Mohbad that could have been the father of the child. It's the public that decided to come up with that. So if we put things in a judicious way and we use our jurisprudence, Wumi doesn't want the money, and that is it. And we just need to let this course deliver a result and move on.
The IT guy.
And when African TV makes its application, simply they will deny it. There's no big deal in it. To me, no big deal. And you cannot, nobody can speak for Wumi either or. 30 million is not a joke. Okay, nobody can speak on behalf of me on this, and no big deal in African TV putting his foot forward. If that's going to help him, hello, voila, so be it. If not, so be it. Always allow people to do whatever they want to do. He can be denied, he will be denied, and he might be fine, so be it. Let him weigh his options and let him put his best foot forward. There's absolutely nothing wrong in that. Do Wumi want it or doesn't want 30 million? Nobody can make that decision for her. I was told they contributed to buy a car for her. She once said, mi ò níṣẹ́ o, mi ò ní mọ́tò o, mi ò ní kinní kan. 30 million is not a joke in any currency in this world. Somebody asked me for my DNA of my children and tell me they will give me 30 million. I will jump now.
You will grab it now. It's a big opportunity. Why won't you grab
30
it?
million in any currency of the country you are living.
If you have nothing you are hiding, you will grab it immediately.
Yes, now.
Madam Maris, please I want to ask just a simple question.
Go for
The
it.
IT guy, you see, we can say all we would like to say to defend these people. For me, this is my opinion. This is my assumption, or my opinion, rather. Baba, Wumi, both of them have not been transparent enough to the public on this matter. And I will state my instances. Baba, from Baba's side, Baba until tomorrow, until Baba starts his narration from how Blessing called him and put that thing straight to him, Mohbad is quiet. And he has never included that story to his story up to as I'm talking now. That is number one. So Baba has not been truthful to us 100%. And to Bafelo, Larimogi, go Larimogi. I not say your father. He has not been 100% truthful to the public. On one hand. Wumi, on the other hand, has not been truthful to the public 100% from her storyline. Also, the public do not trust these two people in this case of Mohbad. Now, what is wrong for being transparent? Let's have an open mind. If you think the son belongs to Mohbad or does not belong to Mohbad, what is wrong for being transparent in this matter? The public is the one that was the one that asked for Mohbad exhumation, not the family. If the same public say make this open, transparent, is there anything wrong? What are you hiding? If you hide it, the stigma is still on that little child, Liam. He can't walk freely in the public. He cannot play amongst his peers in the public. Why don't you remove this stigma? Either it belongs to Mohbad, it does not belong to Mohbad. Once the result is made public, he removed the stigma automatically. What are we dragging? Everything still come back to the public.
I beg, clap for Rotimi. Clap for Rotimi. This one deserves applause. The guy is talking the truth.
Let's educate ourselves and understand who the public is. Let's do that very quickly. Let's understand who the public is on this matter. No, let's educate ourselves, because when we say public, we've learned a lot in the last week about who the public is and how we identify the public in this process. As far as the inquest is concerned, it is the state against anybody they find guilty or anything they find as a suspect that can be taken to the High Court for whatever case they have against them. If they've been identified as Prime Boy, the nurse, and the other guy, the three people, that's fine. Now, the public, as far as the inquest is concerned, is the state. Now, the state is against is putting up a case against anybody they find to be complicit. Now, within that interest, you have pocket of group of people, association of this to do with women in Ikorodu, association of this to do with the music industry and all that kind of stuff. And Ada Foundation obviously will be advocating to be part of the process, but the public in Ada Foundation's case will be the people that are bankrolling and supporting Ada Foundation. Everybody else, like you and I, are on the side of the police because they are the one that are fighting against who they find to be culpable or who they find to be a suspect that they can take to court for whatever they tie them to and give them what is due to them. So when we say public, we need to be very careful that the rest of us still rely on the system to do the right thing. So it is not, we are represented already. The only thing is that the representation, let me finish. The representation is intertwined. So the rest of us are still the state and it's still the police that is advocating on our behalf. So if you now want to be public again, you also need to go and set up your group similar to Ada Foundation, get your son and your lawyer and be represented at the inquest. And you also need to know when the representation process in the inquest and the court is full, they will not allow any and you have to apply. They won't allow any other entity. Thank you.
IT.
Once again,